Atheism and Love, What Cannot Be Measured. 1. The question reason doesn't want to stay with. Atheism can explain almost everything. How the universe formed, how life evolved, how consciousness arises from electrical signals in the brain. But then, there is one very simple question, and also a very uncomfortable one. Where does love come from? At that moment, every model begins to slow down. Some people answer very quickly, so they don't have to stay with the question for too long. It's just a biological reaction, just hormones, just an evolutionary mechanism to preserve the species. And that's it. No poetry, no trembling, no moment where you look into someone's eyes and know you've just touched something greater than yourself. 2. The limits of science in the face of love. Science can measure your heart rate when you fall in love. It can measure dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. It draws charts. It names every reaction and calls it love. But science cannot explain why a human being would willingly die for another. Why a mother runs into fire without hesitation. Why you miss someone until it physically hurts, even when they no longer exist in this material world. Why some encounters make you feel, I've known this person forever, even though reason tells you that's impossible. These things do not exist inside laboratories, and atheism has no language to reach them. 3. Love is irrational, and that is what makes us human. A neuroscientist once said, if you look at love as a chemical reaction, you will understand nothing about it. Love is irrational. It goes against safety, against calculation, against survival instincts. Love makes people abandon status, money, and sometimes even their own lives, just to live one moment true to their heart. And strangely, that very irrationality is what defines our humanity. Not intelligence, not logic, but the capacity to love unconditionally. 4. When scientists themselves have to stop. Many scientists begin their lives as atheists, but near the end, some admit something with deep humility. There is something beyond biological structure. Max Planck once said, behind all matter, there is a conscious and intelligent mind. He wasn't speaking about religion. He was pointing to a hidden harmony within the universe, an order that cannot be reached through equations. And Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. If so, what is love, if not the highest frequency a human being can emit? 5. The paradox of atheism. An atheist may reject God, angels, the soul. But they cannot live without love. They still love their parents, their children, their partners, beauty, life itself. Even though they cannot prove love is real through equations or experiments, that is the paradox. They live by something their belief system does not acknowledge, like someone claiming light does not exist, while light is precisely what allows them to see the world at all. 6. When the soul speaks in darkness, there are atheists who only truly stop when tragedy strikes, when loss exceeds language, when pain no longer fits inside brain diagrams. And in that moment, they pray. Not because they are certain God exists, but because something within them has spoken. A very quiet whisper. You are not alone. This love is greater than the material world. And from that moment, their worldview begins to crack. 7. A message that does not come from reason. You don't need to believe in religion to feel the sacredness of love. You only need to stop gripping it with questions, because some things, the more you try to explain, the more they disappear. But the more honestly you live the more they reveal themselves. Love may not be something to understand, but something to remember. To remember that there were moments when you loved and knew you were more than this body. Moments when you touched another soul and felt like you were coming home. Perhaps love does not come from this world, but from a place we have forgotten, a place the soul once belonged to, where we are not just form, but light, temporarily carrying a human name. If this video touched something deep within you, hold on to it. Don't forget it too quickly, just because tomorrow is loud. And if you feel called, share it, because somewhere out there may be another soul needing to remember that inner voice. We are not searching for answers. We are simply remembering what we already knew before reason stepped in.